can I love when they tell me I can't love myself? How in the hell could I possibly love someone else? Who can I love when they tell me I can't love myself?
It's for them niggas like me.
How in the hell could I possibly love someone else? Who can I love when they tell me I can't love myself?
It don't matter what they say about you.
How in the hell could I possibly love someone else? Who can I love when they tell me I can't love myself?
So exactly this time last year, I was looking into a fitness app, right? I saw this ad from Brandon Carter. I'm not sure if you guys know him, and I'll link his photo in this video. You could probably see the picture like somewhere here or whatever. Brandon Carter, he had this ad. It was like this thing about like some fitness app that you can basically build out using his systems. And they show you, they teach you how to do it. And then you basically just begin your own personal training program through this fitness app. And I think it was like you have to drop like $1,000 on it. I didn't have $1,000. I think I was like merely scraping up around maybe 700, but that's not including like living expenses, rent, food, and everything for university. And this is like first year of uni as well. And so then comes along something that completely changed my life, but I got closer with my girlfriend's brother. Now, who is my girlfriend's brother? His name is Orion. He's one of the partners that I'm working with now, and he was my very first client. And I'm fortunate enough to call him not just a client, but a very close friend of mine that I've been close friends with now for 3+ years. But the point of the story is, he saw that I was going down that path, and he was like, dude, don't waste $1,000 on building this bullshit. It's probably a scam. So I was like, are you sure? Like, really? So I jumped on a sales call with someone from their team, and I think it was like a demo. So they were like demoing me and seeing if I have money and if I can commit to it. And so he was like, dude, learn this thing called GoHighLevel instead. So this thing called GoHighLevel, I was like, what the fuck is GoHighLevel? He basically explained it to me. He was like, oh, it's a CRM, customer relationship manager. It's like the software that you can use to manage your sales and marketing for a business. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. So he gave me this course that another like onboarding company uses. I don't know if you guys know them. They're called Extendly. They're like the sponsor of GoHighLevel. And so he gave me a course from them that like basically walks you through how to use GoHighLevel, what this whole platform even is, right? And I stuck to it. I listened. I started watching the course. I started playing around with the CRM, and it took me the entire summer to learn it. Like I can't remember a single day that didn't go by that I wasn't trying to learn this thing, because it was super fucking complicated. You know, I learned the CRM throughout the entire summer. By end of August and September, I was like, whoa, what is a funnel? Can I build it out? Whoa. So I managed to build a funnel by the end of like August, September, and I learned what domains are, how to attach a domain to all these things, blah, blah, blah. Once I learned GoHighLevel, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm super passionate about the gym. Why don't I start something like a personal training business? So at the same time, while I was also learning this whole CRM, I had this whole passion before of becoming like a personal trainer. And so I tried to get like these 2 certificates, like a nutrition certificate and physique and bodybuilding something certificate, whatever. I finished those. I started this personal training agency. And so I was like, hey, you know, like how much does it cost me to get a return on everything that I've built so far? I think it was like $1,000, $1,500, something like that. Not much. Or well, it was a lot. It was a lot for me back then. There was nowhere near I was nowhere near ready to afford that kind of money or that kind of price. And so I was like, oh, I only need 5 clients for personal training to get to that. I was like, how easy could 5 clients be? That's super easy. And I went into this whole business entrepreneurial side of things thinking that like, oh, I can get 5 clients in my first ever month of opening. One of the mistakes that I made throughout this process that has helped me so much today is I hired people before I even had a business. I didn't even have a fucking sales process set up for my personal training business, or this Noble Fitness thing. We were just pushing out a bunch of content, but I was just getting a bunch of people in, and basically the model that I want to follow was like, I'd be the owner and then I'd have like a bunch of coaches working as a part of this, and they'd get like a cut of everything, and yeah, that was my model. It didn't last very long, and I hired people before we even started really making money. And we made a little bit of money. It wasn't much, but it was pennies. It was enough to feed the business, nothing at all. So I decided to fire them. I decided to quit that business. And one of the things that led me to like just shut down that business and fire everyone was, again, a conversation with Orion. And Orion told me, you're passionate about the gym, you want to run this fitness business. What's the goal for it? I'm like, oh, well, I wanna basically scale it to the point where like these coaches and me are making money. I was like, okay, and how do you see yourselves make money? Well, I'm like, oh, well, we have to do calls with everyone, all of our clients, to get them like transformed in terms of their fitness. And it was like, okay, and how many calls do you think you can do per day? I'm like, oh, well, I could probably do 6 to 8, something like that. And he was like, well, don't you think that's a very limited amount of time? That's when I realized that like I can only do so much. And the more clients we get, the more people I'd have to hire. So it wasn't a very sustainable model. It is doable, but it's not sustainable, at least for someone that's starting out, because you have to be making money to run that kind of business. So I didn't do that. He was telling me, he was like, you know, you should do what I'm doing. And so he had this like little agency that was basically selling AI infrastructures to med spas, clinic owners, med spas, wellness, everything. And I was like, yo, that's super cool. Tell me more. So he told me more about it. One thing led to another, and I ended up joining him, going in full time on this. And so then we scaled it. I actually started out as an appointment setter for them. I booked in, I think it was like in my first month, I booked in like 25 plus appointments. It was really good. For our first timer, I transitioned into a closer, closed some more deals, made a lot more money, and then I realized this whole business model of mine that I wanted to do. Because I found out that, you know, after appointment setter, after doing some closing, I was really passionate about sales and I was really good at it. Like, it didn't take me long to get my first close. I think after around like 3-4 weeks, I finally got my first close completely by myself. Then this whole story starts from there, that I discovered this type of business model after some time. I start running a sales agency, and one thing led to another, and our business model now is, you know, we partner up with businesses to help them with their sales, their infrastructures, their closers, their setters, and just perfecting the entire system and infrastructure they have in place right now. But it took a lot to get here, because I had to learn how to be an appointment setter, I had to learn how to be a closer, I had to learn how to be a sales manager, which I became all 3 of those roles over time. And now I also had to learn how to scale businesses, like sales processes, show rates, call rates, booking rates, how to close a shit ton of deals. I had to learn all of that throughout my time running this business, or even before I even started this agency. We go into businesses, we partner up with them, become their sales partner, scale their infrastructure, you know, get a whole team of closers and setters. If they want to run paid ads, we run paid ads into the traffic system, into the, you know, the infrastructure that we built out, and we close a shit ton of deals. So that's what we do. The premise of why I'm sharing this story is to share the fact that if I can do it, you can do it too. If you genuinely put your head down, go and learn the right things, learn a software, learn AI, learn programming, one single skill that you can then monetize and build your business around. That is what is going to get you to that point of financial freedom and wherever you want to be, right? Because I would know, if I didn't nail down my skill set into sales and closing deals and getting people to show up to appointments and getting people to book appointments, right? If I didn't learn those skills first and actually put myself through that, and learn how to do it, right? How to do it properly. I wouldn't, this would all, I'd be sitting in a room grinding away, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. I still do that here and there, but it's very different. I don't get to experience things like this. I don't get to afford the things that I'm now able to afford. So learn one single skill, whether it's customer success, sales, appointment setting, closing, I don't know, building out automations, building out systems, advertising, running ads, like content, all of these different skills. If you pick one, just one, and get so damn good at it, there's no limit. There's no ceiling. It's uncapped. So what I'm trying to say is, if I can do it, and if I can go and learn a singular skill, then monetize it, and start a business from that, right? You can do the exact same thing. Yeah, just wanted to quickly share that, and yeah.
Wait a minute, the way you move